So when Scott invited me out to come to North Carolina and test out the X2 X4, I didn't know that there was an X2 1000 being released. And my face dropped, and I'll take one from Yamaha, get a free trip. But when I found out that they're making a model with a 1000cc engine and an RMAX based suspension, I was really excited. You have Polaris going after the Elite with air conditioning and all these high fancy features. Yamaha hasn't forgotten about us peasants. And us peasants can have our cake and eat it too. You have the suspension and power of an RMAX, but the affordability of the X2 series. And they've proven it to me today that if you can't afford an RMAX, those creature comforts, that you're not left out. This thing is phenomenal. We're going balls to the wall. And I haven't ridden this trail system before. I never even heard of it. It's very tight technical stuff. And you come up to a blind corner, you got to make a split decision whether you have to turn at the last minute to avoid a rock or a stump, and it responds instantly. This is a pure aggressive machine in a recreation sport body. Those of you guys who are wondering why they made this, it's for us peasants to have the excitement that the RMAX guys can have without spending the money these Polaris HD guys have to spend. So you guys are going to love this vehicle. Probably were wondering where the fast-paced footage is, and I'll post that in another video. I want to give a huge shout out to Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. It's located in North Carolina and has over 1,700 acres of motorcycle and side-by-side trails with intermediate and expert level ratings. There are nice elevation changes and tight, twisty technical terrain. The heavily wooded tree canopy is thick to keep you shaded from the sun. They also have a youth trail for young two-wheelers. All trails are one way. This is my first time in a private park with one-way trails, and this type of system gives you reassurance that you're not going to encounter someone in the opposite direction, avoiding potential hazards, and helps prevent you from getting lost. You can easily determine where you are with the printed maps they provide, and all trails have signs designating if you're going in the right direction. If you categorize yourself as a responsible rider or driver, then you'll have no issues following the park rules. These rules are in place not only to protect you, but knowing that if you decide to go fast in a responsible manner, that you're with like-minded individuals. I'll cover some of the more important rules for Brushy Off-Road Park. All riders must wear DOT-approved helmets, gloves, goggles, long pants, shirts, and above-the-ankle boots while riding. No alcohol or drugs allowed. To help enforce this last policy, no coolers are allowed outside of the parking lot. It's not an issue to get back from any trail back to the parking lot in a timely manner for a lunch break or snack. Children must be supervised by a parent at all times. Reckless or dangerous riding is not permitted. Maximum allowed tire tread height on ATVs is 3/4 inch. There is a 64-inch width restriction, but also keep in mind that your long wheelbase side-by-side isn't going to fare well in the tight technical nature of these trails. I've been to other private parks where alcohol is allowed, and the place looks like a garbage dump, with garbage, cans, and broken glass littered everywhere. Not someplace I would want to take my family. If you want to ride, Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park is your venue. If you want to have a rave mudfest where the entertainment is watching alcohol-induced antics, seek somewhere else. Back to the X2 1000. You're probably wondering, do I go with the X2 1000 or get the RMAX? If cost, agility, or maximum visibility is your primary goal, then X2 1000 is your choice. If you want those higher end features of the RMAX, such as in-cab adjustable shocks via IQS, Adventure Pro, and uncompromising capability, then the RMAX is probably a better bet. If low noise is your primary goal, and you don't want to modify your Wolverine, then sticking with the 850 version might be the best. Keep in mind that there are situations where you might have to shift into low gear on the 850, making it louder, whereas the X2 1000 and RMAX will simply tackle it with ease in high gear. We've had great success in making the 1000cc engine quieter using heavier clutch weights, such as the 22 or 23 gram ones offered by UTV Engineering. The few drawbacks to going with heavier weights is that you'll lose some acceleration or sportiness, but it won't affect your top speed, and it will not affect low speed crawling. The other drawback is affecting your warranty, which really depends on your Yamaha dealer whether they'll cover such modifications or even install them for you. What about rock crawling? I would say that the X2 1000 and RMAX are pretty evenly matched in rock crawling. When I was invited to the Rubicon Trail, they had a bunch of RMAX 2 1000s and 2 RMAX 4 1000s as support vehicles. I immediately requested to drive the RMAX 4 1000. Reason being is I know the capability of the RMAX 4 and knew it could do everything the RMAX 2 could do. And driving through the Rubicon Trail, that was proven. It may have taken me a second try to navigate a hard obstacle that the RMAX 2 1000 did in one pass, but it conquered it. And you'll find the same between the X2 1000 and the RMAX 2 1000. The X2 1000 can do everything the RMAX 2 can do, but it might take a second try or struggle a little bit. But it's 90% is capable in the rock crawling arena.